Lead usage in the United States. Non-Isoda. What is lead? Lead is an element in the sixth period, which is same as carbon. It has an atomic number of 82 and is symbolized as Pb. What uses lead? There are many things that lead is used for, such as lead-acid batteries, bullets, X-ray sheets, materials on the roof, pencil. No. Although you call the pencil lead, it is not made by lead. It is made up of mostly carbon. Why is lead used for these products? Lead has a lot of properties that make it special to use. It has the best energy power in lead-acid batteries, and these lead-acid batteries are used for cars, boats, and other public transportations. However, lead is heavy, so it makes the batteries heavy also. Lead absorbs electromagnetic radiations. This is why it is used for X-ray sheets to absorb those radiations and preventing it to get into our bodies. Lead also resists water. It is used for the materials on the roof so it will bounce off the water when it rains. Lead is malleable. It is easy to change its shape. That is why it is used for bullets since it will be cheaper to make. However, lead is poisonous, so people don't use lead bullets nowadays. They use copper bullets since it is still malleable but not poisonous and doesn't leave fragments in the meat. The extraction process of the lead. First, the lead ore must be mined from the Earth's crust. They drill rocks from deep tunnels using heavy machinery and blasting with dynamites. These ores are loaded onto trucks to be sent to the concentrating mills. Once the ore goes to the concentrating mills, the ore is grounded with water to make them smaller than 0.25 millimeters. Then it is mixed with frosting agent and water to create air bubbles. Since lead and zinc resist water, it sticks to the bubbles and goes up to the surface. The heavy rock particles sink to the bottom. After taking the lead and zinc out, zinc sulfate is added to the mixture to let zinc sink to the bottom and lead float up to the top. Lead is then skimmed off from the surface. After the concentrating mill, it goes to the smelting process. The lead is heated up with oxygen. The lead mixed with oxygen will convert to lead-2 oxide. Limestone and coke is added. Limestone is to get rid of the impurities, and the coke is to reduce the other sources of heat. Then it goes through the blast furnace and is melted. These leads still have other metals such as copper, so the top is skimmed off to get copper and copper sulfide out. Then they stir the lead with air blast and skim off the surface to get rid of the arsenic. Silver is removed by doing the Parkes process, which is adding zinc to form a silver-zinc crust at the top and to skim them off. There is still zinc and antimony left in the molten lead, so they add sodium hydroxide. It turns into sodium zincate and antimonate, and they skim the top off also. After this is the refining process. They pour the molten lead into cast. Then they skim off the top to get rid of any impurities. After this, the lead is cooled off and is pure by 99%. Problems by the extraction. There are many problems caused by the extraction of lead. First of all, the extraction process isn't always stored or disposed properly, so the lead toxins can leach into soil and water systems. The water will be contaminated with lead, which will be poisonous to the marine animals and also to us humans because of the lead problem. It can also pollute the air during the extraction of the lead and the heating up process. Miners are always at risk to exposure to lead. They can inhale dust from the mining or the crushing process. From inhaling lead, they can get lead poisoning. Lead poisoning can lead to reduced IQ, physical growth impairments, nerve disorders, pain and aching in muscles and bones, memory loss, and other symptoms by lead poisoning. At severe cases, it can cause death. Recycling lead. Lead is recycled in different ways, but I'm going to talk about the recycling of lead-acid batteries since 97% of all recycled lead is from lead-acid batteries. First, the networks that distributes the batteries collect the used lead-acid batteries. Then the batteries are sent to the recycling facilities and is divided into parts, which is mainly plastic and lead acid. This is done by smashing the plastic and the lead into tiny pieces with the rotating hammer. The pieces are put in water and the heavy lead part sinks, while the plastic parts fold out to the top. The plastics are cleaned and sent to a plastic recycling plant. The lead-acid batteries have acid, so the acid is neutralized by adding an industrial compound similar to baking soda. It is a base, so it neutralizes the pH of the acid. The water goes through a process to get impurities out and turn it within the standards. The lead is squeezed in a press machine to get water out. The lead with water will turn into the lead paste. This paste goes through the revolving dryer. Lead is there for about 20 minutes to get rid of any moisture. Then it goes to the furnace for more than 10 hours. Once it melts, any impurities is skimmed off at the top. The molten lead goes to the kettle and is mixed with caustic soda, which is another name for sodium hydroxide. This makes it easier for any impurities to float up to the surface and later skimmed off. The molten lead is poured into ingot molds, and any impurities left is skimmed off. It is cooled off and the ingot is sent to the manufacturers to be made into products. Effects of recycling lead. Benefits. Recycling lead has a success rate of 95%, so there's only a few portions of the lead being lost. 77% of lead products uses recycled lead. This is because recycled lead costs less than pure lead. Pure lead costs $2.45 per 100 grams, while recycled lead only costs 2 cents per 100 grams. Also, if you recycle lead, then you can conserve more of the lead resources in the Earth's crust. Disadvantages. The workers at recycling facilities face poor health and safety standards. This means that they will have a higher chance of getting lead poisoning. Lead is transported to developing nations for lower labor costs. There is a transportation fee that costs because lead has a property of being heavy. Lead has a big impact to the environment. The lead leaking to water and soil causes contamination and also air pollution from the lead dust. People and animals can get lead poisoning from inhaling the lead substances. Recycling can reduce these pollution and contaminations because most of these is caused by the extraction process. According to the U.S. Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, environmental levels of lead has increased more than 1,000-fold over the past 3 centuries as a result of human activities. Also, if the lead is disposed in landfills, there will be lead emissions to the atmosphere. As a result, U.S. government established federal regulations and made recommendations for reducing the lead emissions and also invest on landfills to limit the amount of emissions. I compared the effects of lead with iron. First of all, iron is needed by humans to sustain a good health, and that is why it is used in iron supplements. However, lead is poisonous to the human health. Both metals are used in a variety of different things, and for lead, it is used in lead-acid batteries, and for iron, it is used during construction. During both metals' extraction process, carbon dioxide and other harmful gases are released which can pollute the atmosphere. These gases causes air pollution which affects people's health. Both metals are being recycled. For iron, 75% of energy will be saved from the recycling process compared to the extraction. This makes the recycled metal to be cheaper. As mentioned before, recycling can reduce the pollution and also conserve the resources. I saw that there were differences in the uses because of the metal's property. I found out that both metal is needed by humans in technology and innovation, but also both can cause pollution and that could be harmful to us. I think the extraction of metal lead to a better world because these metals can help create new technology and things that is beneficial to us humans. However, if the extraction process continues, there will be more pollution and contamination to the atmosphere and water that will later harm the human health. There is also a high chance that we'll run out of these sources because we don't have an infinite amount of these resources. The best thing to do is to recycle these metals and also conserve these resources to leave for the future generations. Thank you for watching.